Only by frozen memories.
You don't get quiet because you won't get heard anyway. Right, so welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another epic podcast with your host, Timmy25. That's me, guys. That's me. I'm Timmy25, and welcome back to another podcast with me and the formidable guests. Also, don't forget, we do a quick little shout out for the guys over on the live stream who are watching the podcast live. We've got the massively, infamously, transsexually Brian Lloyd. What's up, Brian? Welcome. Thank you for dropping the first like, the first view, and the first comment. You are awesome. Also, over at twitch.tv, we've got the infamous XMBC. But he didn't beat the first comment with the first view. It was Electric Skateboard, everybody. That's right. Electric Skateboard jumped in first place. Well done to you, Electric Skateboard. Fundamentally doesn't stop getting those crowns. Well done, Brian, for stealing the crown from whoever the fuck it was before. Zentium, I think it was. So congratulations to Brian. You're the real fairy who gets to keep the crown now. Don't forget, guys, if you're just watching us live over at youtube.com or at twitch.tv, be sure to slap a subscribe if you're at YouTube, leave a like on the video, and if you're over at twitch.tv, be sure to follow us so you don't miss more epic podcasts just like this one. We have a podcast every single Friday, so you guys can join in with the conversation and what we're getting on and what we're talking about on what's trending and just general information. We just have a general conversation, a general chit chat. It gives us a chance for just normal subscribers like you guys, fans of the channel, to get down with your boy T4, have a little conversation about various things that may be affecting you, maybe affecting other people, and we just literally run it through. I mean, sometimes some people will tell me about topics they want to talk about, and we talk about them on this show. Also, I can't start without saying a massive shout out to the sponsors. As always, big shout out goes out to the boys over at CD Keys, Cinch Gaming, and not forgetting Razor.com. Also, don't forget to snag yourself something awesome from the T4 Army sponsor shirt. So the T4 Army store is up and running. It's live. Be sure to go grab yourself something awesome, something new. We've got new designs coming to you on the next sale. But right now we've got the Supreme logo myth. So basically, we've snagged the Supreme logo and we managed to get my name on it instead. So be sure to check that out if you haven't done so already. And also G2A.com over at twitch.tv, and not forgetting G4G and Streamlabs, keeping those donations lit, live, and streamlined to your boy T4. Don't forget, guys, if you want to drop any donations in the chat, be sure to do so. You can use Streamlabs or you can use G4G, whichever you prefer. They're both there and they both accept all major forms of donation. Just check the link in the description to find out which ones you can use. But that's it. So now obviously we got the infamous intro out the way. We got to introduce the boys and girls to the show. Obviously, a big round of applause, everyone, to Mr. Exodus D. Welcome, Exodus, back to the show.
Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy.
And also, following in second place, another formidable guest, someone who's probably going to be a guest on the show for quite a while, and that is MBC, Mr. Fuzzy. What's up, MBC?
What's up, guys? You already know who I am.
So anyway, we've got a couple of stories for you guys today. Some very interesting stories, some very troubling stories, some very controversial stories. And obviously, guys, if you're watching us live and you want to drop your comments down below, be sure to snap them into those comments and we'll be sure to shout them out as we go along into today's podcast. First news comes about this formidable app, which or service, should I say, that a lot of YouTubers have been promoting. I'm not one of them, so I'm free to talk about this all I want. And that is the service called Edubirdie
EDU.
which is a service where if you're finding it difficult to do an essay or whatever, you can actually go to this site and you can pay a fee, and they'll actually write the essay for you, and then you can submit that to your teachers. So basically, this has become a big problem with a lot of obviously schools, colleges, and so on and so forth, because people have been using this left, right, and center. And this article is from the BBC, which says the YouTube stars are being paid to sell cheating. So there's a little news on this, so I'm going to quickly play this little video for you guys, so you get an idea of the Edubirdie controversy. Turn up those headphones, turn up your mic so you guys can hear this loud and clear. Let's play it in full screen.
Alright, so today, ladies and gentlemen, we're checking out a compilation of really stupid people trying really stupid stuff. But before we check it out, listen, I have a question for you guys. Are you lazy like your boy? Do you hate to have to write papers for high school or college? Because if so, today is your lucky day.
I want to let you guys know about this really cool website that's actually sponsoring this video.
Today's video is sponsored by Edubirdie or Edubirdie.
Edubirdie or Edubirdie, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it doesn't matter how you pronounce it, because they do every bit of work for you, right?
Edubirdie, you could actually hire professional nerds to write your essays for you. Plagiarism free. Did y'all hear me?
A super smart nerd will write it for you. It's not only if you're struggling with essays, even if you don't have time to even write the essay, you can get the super smart nerd to write the essay for you.
Go to them because they have super smart, super geeky, super intelligent nerds who will do your essay for you, do your homework for you, and who wouldn't want that?
I know 50% of you are some lazy stoners watching this, and you want your term papers written, your essays written for you while you toke up and just let it go.
If you guys are playing too much Fortnite and you have no time to write your essays, they write essays for you, and it's such a sick website. Check it out, the link is down below.
You contact these very smart people who have master's degrees and stuff like that, and obviously they do your essays for you.
Pay a nerd to write it for you. Besides, you might write it and get a D. Have a professional nerd write it for you, get an A.
Go to it. Essay writing, if I was back in school, I would use it so many times.
I'm not like saying that you should cheat, but you should definitely cheat if it means like getting on the football team or impressing your mom or your girlfriend.
You pay this certain amount of money and they do it for you. Like, there's someone for everything these days. Seriously, like if you hadn't already
They got over like 200 people that'll write your paper, even if there's a 3-hour deadline.
I love the 21st century of the internet. It's amazing.
They'll write everything for you. Plagiarism free. You won't get in any trouble. Guaranteed.
It's 100% confidential, so unlike this show, your dirty business won't be spread all over the internet.
It's plagiarism free and super confidential, so no one's ever gonna find out that you paid someone to write your paper for you.
Oh my god.
Edubirdie.com. They're helping you cheat.
So what do you get to lose? Stop being a bitch and be a boss.
We've seen him before. Fuck. If I hear they say that word one more time. God damn.
They will get you an A on your paper, plagiarism free, and best of all, you don't even have to do it.
Booster. I told us so.
Don't waste your time doing your essays, let these people do it for you.
Anyway, Edubirdie.com. Get a bunch of fat nerds to do the work for you. Advertisement over.
So that is the story on Edubirdie. Edubirdie is a new thing that a lot of YouTubers have been promoting all over the internet. So obviously more than 250 channels are promoting Edubirdie based in Ukraine, which allows students to buy essays rather than doing the homework themselves. YouTube says it would help creators understand they cannot promote dishonest behavior. Sam Gamer, University's Minister for England, says YouTube has a moral responsibility to act. He said he was shocked by the nature and scale of the videos uncovered by the BBC. Is clearly wrong because it is enabling and normalizing cheating potentially on an industrial scale. The BBC training investigation uncovered more than 1,400 videos with a total of more than 700 million views containing Edubirdie adverts selling cheating to students and school pupils. So anyway, the story goes on. There's loads and loads of bits to read on this article. If you want to read it, be more to go and check it out. There is more time for gaming channels with tens of thousands of subscribers can offend hundreds of can be offered hundreds of thousands of dollars for each advert. They are not clearly labeled video ads, which are common on YouTube channels. Instead, the YouTuber usually breaks off from what they are doing to personally endorse Edubirdie, promoting that the company will deliver an A+ essay for money. So the thing is, the question is about this particular article is whether Edubirdie as a service, does it promote cheating? Do you guys think that one, this service shouldn't be available for people to use? Two, that it's pure plagiarism. It's pure allowing people because the thing is, what this company promotes is that you're able to get an essay done for whatever amount of money, and there is no plagiarism involved. So the way the essay is written, it's written in a way that you would write it yourself if you had done the work and the research. So it doesn't fall into plagiarism. But the problem is if it's an essay that you're supposed to write for your own work and you don't, then surely this would cause a massive issue in the sense of the work isn't yours, so therefore the result of your work is falsified. So, I mean, the thing is, it's a big thing. It's a big controversy with this particular website. They themselves don't promote themselves like this. They say that they are a company which tries to promote people to better understand information, so they will produce a document so that you can then use that to make your own work on, but because it's plagiarism free, it makes it easier for people just to submit that actual work itself. So I think in that respect it's a bit of a hit and miss areas, a lot of gray factors involved. So I personally would say that from my own perspective, I think that this kind of stuff shouldn't be allowed on YouTube. I think a lot of people, especially in education, they have a lot of, I guess there's a lot of pressure on young people to deliver on their education, and I think, you know, that's how you can tell between people who are smart, people who aren't as smart, and people who aren't as smart need to work harder to become smarter, I guess. And it's creating this sort of world of people who are dumbed down. So you appear smart on paper, but you're actually an absolute idiot in real life. And I don't think anyone would want to be like that. No one would want to have no one would want to be put in a position where they feel absolutely stupid because all their work has been done by somebody else. So the question I really want to pass off to you guys is, those of you who are watching live, those of you who are watching us on playback, is whether you think that this service should be banned on YouTube, or maybe it shouldn't be allowed to promote or be promoted in the way that it is, because it is the way the YouTubers are promoting it isn't how Edubirdie themselves promote their product or their service. So I guess in that respect, it's kind of making it falsified. But the question is, do you think this should be allowed on YouTube's platform? Should people be allowed to promote it? And on top of that is YouTubers who are actually promoting this particular service, what should happen to them? What should be the consequence of their actions? Because obviously a lot of responsibility falls on the YouTubers to do the right thing. We've seen that in the past on various other topics that we've talked about. And I think if it goes unheard or it goes unseen, I think that causes a little quite a big issue. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. But obviously the questions get passed up to the guests. So Mr. Exodus D, what do you personally think about Edubirdie and its cheating ways?
I feel like I understand what they're trying to do with trying to have their own business and stuff, but at the same time, like, they should just have the stuff that they pay them for just be like in the format of a bowl map or something, or like a pros and cons type thing, not just actually just do a whole like essay itself. They should find different ways to help them out.
I mean, the thing is, you've been in education yourself quite recently.
Yeah.
So, I mean, being in school and stuff, I mean, would you have used this kind of service if you had a chance to use it? Or do you think that it's just wrong to use this kind of... Do you see what I mean when I say, like, it would make someone who is, like, not necessarily intelligent seem intelligent?
Yeah.
So then when they have to show their actual intelligence, they're actually sounding pretty dumb because they don't actually know what they've written.
Yeah. I mean, what I would never do it, because the whole point of an essay is for you to write it, not to have somebody else do it. That's why a teacher assigns it to you. Now, but if the teacher wants someone else to do it, then she would assign it to somebody else, not to you.
Yeah. Fuzzy, what do you think?
I think it's wrong. I mean, if a teacher, like he said, if a teacher assigned you something, if you can't do it, you need to tell your teacher, hey, I can't do this. Can you like give me something out? But why would you pay 50 cents every 10 paragraphs and if you have on one sheet of paper, if it's like 120 sentences, yeah, that's a lot of money coming out of your pocket right there. Like, why? Like, It's not more of a. It's not an answer. It's a question from me. Why?
I mean, do you not think that if people were to do this kind of thing, it would actually make them seem quite stupid in some sense? Like, you know, like if you're somebody who is not very intelligent because you're lazy at making yourself more intelligent by submitting a piece of work from this company, when you're called to question on the information you've given, you would seem quite dumb because you didn't write any of it in the first place.
Okay, I wanna add something. Okay, I was the kid and I was in my class. I was the kid that never cared. I didn't care about nothing. I was the kid that would just sit there, quiet, sit in the corner, play on my phone, whatever. And if I was to turn this thing in, if I was to turn the paper in from Edubirdie, whatever,
yeah,
they'd be like, "What is wrong with you?" They'll know something messed up because they know I don't do any work. They know I don't do absolutely shit. And that's what I'm trying to get at. Why would you not do nothing in school and then one day you just bring in a piece of paper?
Yeah.
And it has all good details, and the teachers know that you can't actually do it.
I mean, that's the other thing as well. I mean, teachers aren't stupid. I mean, the thing is, a lot of the times when we're younger, we kind of think that people who are older
We're stupid.
are pretty. Yeah, they're stupid. But the thing is that in retrospect, they're not actually that stupid. They would knowing from the kind of work you submitted before or the kind of work you've done before, that you're not really. That's not really your work that you've done. So I think in that respect, I think it makes it a lot. I think it makes it really ridiculous, you know, that's the case, that people are using this service. I mean, the thing is, the other question I want to pass up to you guys, starting with you, Mr. Fuzzy, is what kind of punishment do you think there should be a punishment for YouTubers who are promoting this site as part of an ad in their videos?
I feel like it's kind of 50-50. They shouldn't promote things that will get other like younger audiences in trouble with this type of things.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, no, because they have to make their money some way. And that sponsorship gives them money, £250, and it depends how famous these YouTubers are.
Of course, yeah.
I seen a YouTuber in there that has 1 million subscribers. I don't know how much he made, you know, but
he probably made a lot.
Yeah, he probably made a lot.
What is the I don't know, what is the actual consequence for plagiarism? Does anybody know?
There could be a possibility. In school, they'll just write you up, but in college, I'm pretty sure they'll kick you out and try to get in contact with the writer of it.
I mean, that's quite a big deal. I
And
mean, you
then-
get kicked out of college. You know,
Yeah.
that's quite a big thing.
Right, and then if they want to, hold on. If they want to kick you out, if the person that wrote that wants to send you to jail and they can file a lawsuit against you.
Yeah, I mean, and I think there's 5 years, isn't it?
That I don't know. That's why I never did it.
I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, look it up for me, Exodus. I think it's
Got
about
you.
5 years. You can actually go in, go down for it if obviously the writer actually took you up on it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Exodus. I'll pass it off to you as well. Same question. What sort of punishment do you think YouTubers should receive for doing this, for advertising these things mid-roll in their videos?
Honestly, it depends on like how they worded like the service. If they just said it, if they just said like this video is sponsored by and then the company and then just said like a couple quick words about it, then there shouldn't be any penalty. But if it's like if they went to the details like they did, it should be I'd say just take away like their ads for a while.
I mean, the thing is that it's dishonesty, you know, and YouTube doesn't allow people to promote dishonesty. I think, and I think, you know, if you're promoting dishonest adverts, because the thing is, the way the YouTubers are promoting this service isn't how the service itself promotes its business. If you go to their website, it's not promoted in this way. They don't say, you know, you can cheat at school or anything like that. This is just how YouTubers are promoting it to get you to take up the service. So it's being dishonest because it's not how the website wants to promote itself. Obviously, it's from Ukraine, which is Russia, and you know they don't really give a shit over there. But you know, the work is being submitted in schools and in colleges that are in the UK, that are in United States, where there is hefty consequences to doing this kind of thing. I mean, is there anything else you guys wanted to add before we move on from this topic?
Yeah, I found the penalty.
Okay, yeah, go on, Exodus. Tell us what's the penalty.
It's well, from the example, it says you can have either a $2,500 fine or a $250,000 fine and up to 10 years in jail. But there's another one. But there's another one where it says it can be considered a misdemeanor and punishable by fines between $150,000 and up to a year in jail. So I don't know which one to believe.
But either way, I
Yeah,
mean, even getting a
either
year in
way.
jail, I think that's fucking
Yeah.
bad, man. You know what I mean? Just for handing in a piece of work, you know, that is plagiarized. You know, it shows you. I don't think people realize the severity or the how much trouble you can get in for doing something so minor.
I would like to ask.
What about you, Fuzzy?
Okay, so if Edubirdie, whatever you want to call the website or app, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. If it was based on something else, like if it was to help, not do the work for them, but help them do the work, like if they don't know how to do it, it gives them a little bit of back support. So yeah, just try this way, try that way, try this way. Well, don't do the work for them, because if you do the work for them, they will never learn how to do it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I mean, it's a very hot topic in the sense of I understand there's a lot of people in education and a lot of people know how to handle their work and their workload and so on and so forth. But I don't think cheating is the way forward, guys. I really don't think.
I think never ever do plagiarism, whatever you want to call that word. Never do it. My teacher always said when we had to do a paper, if I read your paper and if I go to a website and it says the same exact thing, you're getting rolled up and getting expelled.
Wow.
Like
Serious
they
stuff.
they didn't joke about nothing like that. But if it was a fight, or if you brought a knife to school, it's okay. They would just take it away and suspend you for about 2 weeks, and you can come back.
But getting expelled for plagiarism, dude, I mean, this just shows the gravity of the situation. Also, just before we move on, Brian Lloyd, just want to say a quick shout out to you. Thank you very much, dude. Big round of applause to Brian, dropping £5 in the chat. Thank you very much, Brian, for dropping that donation. It has been received through PayPal. Thank you very much, dude. It's awesome to get some more Mutriano from another fan. Thank you very much, Brian. Helping along the way to the PO box. Thank you very much, dude. Brian also added, would it affect their final results for when they leave school? Well, the thing is, if you get caught for plagiarism, you probably wouldn't get a chance to leave school because
you
would have been
expelled.
You've been expelled. You've been either fined, maybe gone to prison. You probably would have ruined your whole life. So I don't think it's something wise for people to do. I mean, if you're thinking about using a service like Edubirdie, just be really careful. You know, don't. I mean, the thing is, cheating is cheating. There is no two ways about it. You can't polish it any other way. And if it feels dishonest, it probably is. So that's the only thing I can really say to you guys. But we're gonna move on. We're running out of time. We're gonna move on to the next topic on today's show. Thank you very much, guys, for your input. For those,
and thank you for the £5.
Yeah, thank you for the £5, dude. Awesome. Thank you very, very much. Also, we're moving on to the next story, which is to do with DJ Khaled. This is from the Mail Online. DJ Khaled blasted by fans for saying he would never perform oral sex on his wife, but believes women should praise the man. That's right. DJ Khaled, there's more controversy with him. They have been together for 11 years and shared 18-month son Assad. but DJ Khaled, 42, has come under fire for his remarks about the relationship he has with his wife, Nicole Tuck, after a radio interview from 2015 resurfaced where he claimed that the woman should praise the man, the king. Fans and celebrities have blasted the record producer on Twitter for his comments, including his remark that he could never perform oral sex, but it's not okay if his wife did the same. So the question here about this whole shenanigan that happened with DJ Khaled. I mean, this was the snippet from the show. I don't think there's an actual video on this playing through, but basically, on this show where you see this photo, he said, can't do it. Speaking on the US radio show, The Breakfast Club, the DJ said, there are certain things I just don't do. I believe the woman should praise the man, the king. And then one rule for men, another for women. When asked by the show's female host if his wife could refuse to do the same, he said, no, that's not okay, because you have to understand, I'm the Don. So, I mean, this guy's fucking messed up. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, he is the weirdest guy ever. I mean, if you've ever watched him on Hot Ones, you get an idea of how fucking pussy this guy really is. But anyway, enough of my personal views on DJ Khaled. But the question is, I mean, this brings up a very interesting topic between men and women, and what men expect and what women, I guess men are dictating what women should expect. But, you know, I mean, any female viewers that are watching, please be sure to drop a comment down below to kind of give us an idea from your perspective. But, I mean, guys, I mean, Exodus, I mean, really, I mean, if a girl gives you head, surely you should return the favor, right? Or maybe go be the bigger man and just show her how good you are first, and then let her try and double up. You know, I mean, surely that should be the way, right?
For sure, yeah.
I mean, the thing is, Exodus is a super virgin anyway, so he has no idea what we're talking about. But the thing is that, you know,
damn you,
do you think?
That's
I mean, do you
private.
I mean, do you think? Hey, look. All I'm gonna say is like you got Myth, who carries his V card everywhere, dude. You should be proud of it and grab yourself a V card as well. Okay, grab that shit, get it in platinum, and make sure that when the girl gives it up, you hand her that V card, dude. Okay, you show her that yeah, boy, I'm rolling
She took
platinum.
your V card.
That's right, she's taking it. Right, so I mean, the thing is, DJ Khaled talking about this, I mean, it's a bit ridiculous. I mean, the dude's 42 years old. I mean, you think all of his life, I mean, all the women he's probably would have been with in his time, surely he would have had to give it up at some point. But he's saying he hasn't. I mean, is that a little bit like a bit ridiculous from his end? Is it a bit like a bit stupid that he would say something like that?
Are you gonna answer?
What do you think?
I mean, it depends on who you're talking to, because I'm pretty sure there are people out there that will agree with him, but there's a lot more that will disagree with him. So it just depends on who you ask.
I mean, it kind of brings it back to the point of what's fair and what's not fair. I mean, surely women should expect the same in return. It shouldn't be just one side because you're the Don or you're the king. I mean, that's just like arrogant talk. That's just like fucking retarded talk, to be honest with you. I mean, no one even thinks like that nowadays, do they? Surely.
For sure not. I don't, for sure.
What about you, Mr. Fuzzy? What do you think? DJ Khaled's lost his mind?
Hell yes.
No, he agrees with him.
You cannot. Would you not give head? Come on now.
I mean, that's his missus.
Hey,
that's his wife. It's not. I mean, the thing is, if you're with a random chick, right? If you're with a random chick, you don't know where she's been. You don't know what she's been up to. Fine. Okay, if it's like a one-nighter thing, maybe. Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay, I understand, right? But if you've been with this chick, she's your wife. You've had a baby with her,
10 years.
and it's been 11 years, dude.
11 years. 10 years. 11 years.
I mean, come on, surely, right?
If you don't trust her, why don't you just cut her off? Like,
you get what I mean? I mean, it's so bizarre. I mean, the thing is, he's talking from the perspective that, you know, the man can demand what he wants. and the woman has to be submissive to his demands. I mean, is that right in him saying that?
No, to me, it's not. A woman. Okay, if I was, I would be like, hey, if I want to be that type of man. Just be like, hey, you don't have to work unless if you want to. I'll do all the work, and you can stay home. You can do whatever you want. But hey, if she wants to work, let her work. I ain't gonna stop that woman from not working. I feel like at the end of the day, it's equal rights. If a woman wants to work, let the woman work. If the man wants to work, let the man work.
What about when it comes down to the bedroom stuff? I mean, do you think that in the bedroom,
equal? It needs to be equal. It needs to be equal. If
you get with a girl? I mean, what if you get with a girl, right? Let me put this out there. What if you get with a girl?
Okay.
And say, for example, you wanna kick things off on the right foot. So you get down, you do your business down there, and then would you automatically expect the return?
Yeah.
So what if she didn't do the return?
What do you mean by that? If I can ask.
Like, say you gave her a head and she didn't give it back.
Okay.
Would there be a problem?
I guess I have to go stand in the bathroom until I get hard. Or I mean, hey.
I mean, the thing is, imagine if you're married, for example, right, to some chick, and she doesn't like to do it. She's told you outright she doesn't like to do it. But you're still giving it up. I mean, are you gonna be like, come on?
Well, I'll try to get her to do it for the first time, because if she done it before on that one guy, or she might not have liked it with him, but if she does it with me, she might like it, you know.
So you would do some persuasion.
Well, yeah. I ain't gonna tell her, hey, if you're, I ain't gonna do it to you neither. Then.
So do you think? So is it because you
He's
wouldn't
a pussy.
do it?
That's why he won't do it.
So for you wouldn't do it because if a girl didn't do it to you, you wouldn't do it. You'd be like, okay.
It depends. It depends on the moment, you know. If I'm hungry, you know,
I'll take her out. Groceries.
What about you, Exodus? What do you think? I mean, if a girl, I mean, the same question I'm going to pass on to you is if it was the reverse. If it was the girl who was saying, I don't go down like that, but I'm expecting you to do it for me. What do you think?
I'm eating good that night then.
So yeah, but the thing is, but what if she's demanding it from you? What if she's saying to you, no, I must, demanding it. You must do it, but I'm not going down on your dirty goddamn man child.
Then I'm doing it. If she's demanding it and she won't get it back, I won't do it. But if it's just like,
so it has to be a give and take. It has to be a 50-50 there. Is that what you're saying?
Well, if she's demanding it, it's gotta be give and take. But if it's just something that I do on my own time, I don't care if she she does the same.
Right. Okay. I mean, the thing is, the question I really want to pass off to you guys is: one is DJ Khaled an absolute weirdo? Let me know in the comments down below. And also, the same question: if it was the reverse, if it was the girl that was saying, I ain't going down, okay, it's not gonna happen, but I'm expecting you to do it to me. Where do we stand with that? Where do we stand? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're a girl, please let us know what you guys think. I would love to know the perspective from a woman as well. I normally would have Tara K up in here, so she'd be able to give us a heads up, or Crazy Holes, but none of them are here today. So let us know if in the comments down below what you guys think. I'd love to read some of those comments as we go through. But anyway, moving on from crazy DJ Khaled, we get over to something more serious. That's right. The NY Attorney General resigns after 4 women accuse him of sexual harassment and physical assault, with one saying he dubbed her his brown slave. But the Me Too Crusader claims it was merely S&M roleplay. This story is by the Mail Online as well. And just to do a couple of little blueprints on this before this video plays through, which is already started playing. Is New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman resigned from office on Monday. Two ex-girlfriends go on the record to accuse Schneider, 63, of violence. Michelle Manning Barish says he slapped and choked her without consent. Tanya Selavaratemanam has similar story of violence and terror in the bedroom. Also claims he called her brown slave and demanded to be called master. Another unnamed ex and a female attorney says he slapped and harassed. Schneiderman is a staunch Democrat and champions of the Me Too movement. He authorized laws with specific penalties for strangulation while in state senate. He denied all allegations of assault, but admits he engaged in role play. I've got a little video to play for you guys before we get the conversation rolling, so be sure to turn up those headphones so you guys don't miss on this little topic.
The Upper West Side, and if old criminal. Will these explosive allegations surfacing and detail what allegedly went on here inside of his apartment on the Upper West Side, and if ultimately proven to be true, they're nothing short of criminal. Beaten, berated, and threatened with death. Shocking allegations made by 4 women against New York's top cop, Eric Schneiderman. Within 3 hours of the domestic violence allegations published in the New Yorker magazine, the state attorney general announced he's stepping down today.
We have investigated other companies for patterns of sexual discrimination or harassment. We have never seen anything as despicable as what we've seen here.
This 63-year-old career politician has been lauded for his efforts in the Me Too movement and even in his pursuit against disgraced movie mogul Harvey Weinstein.
Eric Schneiderman is the best man to serve as the next Attorney General.
This morning, he's facing his own reckoning after being described by former girlfriends as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. 2 of the women, ex-girlfriends, Michelle Manning Barish and Tanya Selvaratnam, spoke on the record with the New Yorker.
Let us know what you
each
think. Let us
saying
know
they
what
were
you think about
repeatedly
this topic.
slapped and choked, mostly in bed, but never with their consent. They claim Schneiderman warned of retaliation if they spoke of this or left him. Manning Barish, who dated him for 2 years, described one encounter in Schneiderman's Upper West Side apartment, saying he, quote, used his body weight to hold me down and he began to choke me. The choking was very hard. It was really bad. I kicked. In every fiber, I felt I was being beaten by a man. Selvaratnam told the publication after a year and a half she began to rationalize the repeated abuse until realizing her fairy tale was a nightmare. She called Schneiderman a misogynist and sadist who allegedly threatened to have her killed. Quote, sometimes he'd tell me to call him master, and he'd slap me until I did. He started calling me his brown slave and demanding that I repeat that I was his property. We could rarely have sex without him beating me. Schneiderman responded to it all, saying it was role-playing and insisted he never assaulted anyone, calling it a line I would not cross. And while the NYPD says it has no current complaints against Schneiderman, the district attorney's office announcing overnight that they have in fact opened an investigation, and New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has spoken out as well. He said in part that no one is above the law, including New York's top legal officer. I'll be asking for an appropriate New York district attorney to commence an immediate investigation and proceed as the facts merit. Given the damning pattern of facts, he should resign. That is exactly what is going to be happening, effective at the end of business today. Will these
So that's the story. Mr. Schneiderman. We talked about a top cop last week who actually did his job properly, and now we talk about this little crazy son of a bitch. So this guy is a dirty piece of shit. I mean, I'm telling you now. I've never read a story that is so angered me so much than this story. I mean, literally, the guy is absolutely sickening. I mean, 4 women come out to say all this stuff about the guy who actually was for the Me Too movement. If you don't know about what the hashtag Me Too movement was all about, was about people who do strangulation during sex and stuff like that, and he does it himself. What's up, Slow Cool? Welcome back to the stream, dude. Thank you for joining us. I know you were here a little while ago. I didn't get to shout you out. I was doing the intro. I'm terribly sorry. Please let us know what you guys think about this particular topic on Schneiderman, the Crooked Cop of New York. He literally he had to resign from the Senate, which is ridiculous, to be honest with you. Obviously, the question I want to pass up to you guys is one is where does the line come? Where does it become sexual assault? Is it because of no consent? Because some of the women said that they didn't consent to the type of sexual activity that he was putting on them. And the other question is, if he does get found guilty of these actions, what should be the punishment? So the question passes off to the boys over here on the Discord chat. The guests for today, obviously Exodus D and Mr. Fuzzy. Exodus, what do you think? Where is the line where it becomes sexual assault?
I mean, whenever somebody does something that the other person doesn't want to do, that can be sexual assault, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, so what? Is it boiled down to just consent?
For me, yeah. Like
Okay.
the other person.
The thing we talk about like things happening in the moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if things like that happen in the moment? You're not realizing that the other person actually isn't actually completely happy with doing whatever it is that you're doing. Does it change anything, or should you be more aware of what people like and what people don't like?
You should be more aware of what people like.
Yeah. I mean, Mr. Fuzzy, what do you think about this? Where's the line?
All right, so where's the line where the sexual assault began? Is when it first started, when he held her down, put all of his body weight on top of her. That's exactly where it started. And what I think should happen to him, he should get life in prison.
Wow.
On the top security, he needs to get life.
I mean, the thing is, sexual assault is quite a big crime. I mean, especially against 4 women who are all saying the same story. The thing is that if that's the case, if he gets found guilty of this crime, because it's just allegations at the moment, and he's resigned just to take the heat off the Senate about this. But is there like, I mean, there's no. Is it just like because he's saying like it was just out of pure. You know, it was just him doing something for the sake of doing something. It wasn't the intention wasn't there like that. But surely that's not good enough,
right?
I mean, how do we? I mean, everybody gets in relationships all the time, and we spoke about this before, where things happen when you are in the moment of things. Where is the line where you're not realizing that the other person doesn't actually like what you're doing?
I'll let Exodus say his part first.
Okay, Exodus.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about this whole situation? I mean, the thing is, we talk about consent. We talk about I mean, where does the point arrive where like the person hasn't realized that the person that they're with, it's gone too far. Like it's become because obviously things happen in the moment. Things always happen in the moment where you think, oh, it's fine. They're loving it. They're enjoying it. They love me slapping their ass or whatever, or pulling their hair a little bit or whatever, But where does the point come where you've become so engrossed in the action that you're doing that you don't realize that they're actually not enjoying what you're doing? I mean, how can you become aware of that kind of situation?
I mean, just see how they react when you do it, and if they're not like, and then if they don't do anything like ooh or go like yeah or whatever, then that's how you know that they don't like it. And that's when you should just find something else to do, and just it's just try it, but then don't just keep on doing it. Just see how they react after that first time.
I mean, do you think there could be a problem with, like, maybe the girls were giving the oohs and the ahs, but inside they weren't enjoying it? I mean, do you think that could be a possibility, that they just, they are making it a bigger thing than what it is because of the position that he's in?
That could be a reason. They also are probably trying to do like for like money and stuff. It just depends on the people they are, but this could also be like a legitimate thing. It's hard to tell right now because, as you said, it's just allegations. So it's hard to tell their actual like reasoning for why they're coming out now.
What about you, Mr. Fuzzy? What do you think? I mean, do you think like there could be like this a little scandal going on here where these ladies, I mean, at the time of the incident, they were down with it, they were cool with it, and then all of a sudden they're like, actually, this guy's in power, and maybe he's not buying me the car I want, or the house I want, or the apartment I want, or whatever it is. Oh, I could do this thing where he does do these sadistic things, but I like it, but I'm just gonna make it I don't like it. Is it possible?
Yeah. It's like the whole not to change what would you call it? Not to change stories, but it's like the sex scandal between Donald Trump and that porn star girl, lady, whatever.
Yeah. Star
like
Daniels.
It's like that. Donald Trump gave that woman money to not talk about it. But then once she got rich, she wanted to give him money so she could. I feel like it's that.
Right. I mean it is a touchy subject because there is a chance that this could all be fake. They could have enjoyed it or may not have enjoyed it. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you're watching us live or if you're watching us on playback, let us know. I'd love to read those comments. Brian Lloyd dropped a little comment for us. He said, "If a couple are trying something new, or are adventurous, sometime they might have a safe word." So maybe in the future, Mr. Schneiderman, maybe you should use a safe word, or maybe you should just realize that some girls aren't just not into it. Not everyone likes to have their hair pulled or their
throat trimmed,
or whatever the hell else
or reciprocated.
Okay, so okay. See, this is what you want to have to do. You have to ask, hey, what's the naughty things you like to do?
Yeah, and I think that would have cleared up a lot of problems for him, to be honest with you. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this topic, any other topic that we've talked about in today's podcast. I'd love to hear from you guys, and obviously read what you guys are thinking. Moving on swiftly, we've got the last topic of today. We are running short on time and a half. I need to turn off ad blocker on this page because it won't let me see this ad otherwise. Give me a second while we get this bloody thing working. Right, let's refresh that. So the Washington Post obviously doesn't like me using adblock. It says Trump may not intend to start a war, but he sure could bumble into one. So basically, this is a topic about Donald Trump. Obviously, if you're a Trump supporter, please click the thumbs up. No, I'm joking. If you're a Donald Trump supporter, please don't take offense. This is just a story. This is just an opinion. Please, give us your opinion if you are on the Trump camp.
I got something better. If you don't like Donald Trump, leave a thumbs up. If you do, leave a thumbs up.
Yeah, either or. Leave a thumbs up.
Trump supporter.
So now that he has assembled with what some are calling his war cabinet, will Trump actually start a war? That has been the subject of a lot of worried conversations inside Washington's foreign policy establishment since Trump appointed John Bolton, known for his frequent advocacy of primitive bombing, as his national security advisor. Bolton and... Oh, 1 second. That's
Hello?
stop the podcast there. Bolton and Secretary of State designate Mike Pompeo agree with Trump that the nuclear deal with Iran was a disaster, and they have both suggested that regime changes is the only solution to standoff with North Korea. The question is, Trump himself really capable of initiating war with one of those countries, with both, if that even happens. So the thing is, there is two new people. These are the two new guys who have come into his war cabinet. One is called John Bolton, and the other one is called Mike Pompeo. These two guys are formidable. They are well known for starting wars with other countries. They were involved in the Iraq fucking scandal. They were involved with Afghanistan. They were involved with Syria. They were involved with Iraq. So there's a lot of things that have happened with these two particular guys being in a cabinet at the same time, where they seem to have this eye to start wars with countries that they really shouldn't pick fights with, because they will fundamentally suck in loads of troops that will just get killed, and there will be no actual resolution to stopping the bombardment of war. And the thing is, I mean, a lot of people don't realize this, but I'll put it out there just so that you guys know. War is actually a business, and it makes money. So when you see wars happening, don't think for 1 second people are just losing money. They are not. They're actually making lots and lots of money, because without wars, they can't sell weapons, and if they don't sell weapons, they can't make money. So those big manufacturers who make weapons, they literally are raking it in whenever there's a war. So they literally back them all the time. Whenever there's a and they will supply both sides of the fish. Okay, they will give both equal arsenal to be able to destroy each other. Because all they care about is actually making money, not really about the actual cause of resulting to peace. Because if they resulted to peace, they would just not make weapons to begin with. No weapons equals no war. I just wanted to put that out there. But anyway, question I really want to pass up to obviously Exodus D and Mr. Fuzzy. I'll start with Mr. Fuzzy on this question. Do you think Mr. Trump is trying to start World War III with North Korea and Iran?
There's a part of me that I wouldn't doubt it, but there's part of me saying no, because I feel like Donald Trump is such a pussy. No offense to Trump. I don't mean to, like.
I love that response. That's the best response I could have had.
I'm sorry, but I feel like he wouldn't do it because of that. He has friends. He said that he has friends in different countries and armies and stuff like that. So that's why I feel like he wouldn't do that. But I feel like if it was Hillary got some balls, okay? She would go in there and doesn't give a fuck what's going to go on. She's going to bomb the motherfuckers without even thinking about it.
I mean, do you think that's a good thing, though? I mean, do you know...
Well, at the moment, I think it's a good that he's quiet. Because if he just went in there, they have so many nuclear bombs. It's not even funny.
Yeah. It's not even... I mean, the thing is, you could pick a fight with a country that doesn't have nuclear weapons, because you've got the arsenal to kind of like bring them down if you need to. But picking fights with people who have got the same capabilities as you, I think, is a little bit of a... It's a bit stupid, to be honest with you. But I do worry sometimes that Trump is a little bit of an idiot. You know, I just watch him on the Apprentice, and I just think, how the hell did you get so rich? It's just mind-boggling sometimes.
Well, didn't you hear him say, "I got a small loan of $1 million"?
Yeah, I did. But the thing is, I mean, the thing is that it's just ridiculous, you know.
It is.
Sometimes when I hear, it's like, you know what it is? It's like when Arnold Schwarzenegger became the mayor of California, or the whatever the fuck it was of California. Governor, that's it, of California. It was just ridiculous. He's a movie star, for God's sake. He used the term "I'll be back," and he got elected. I mean, what the fuck, California? What the fuck?
No, look, look, it's the same thing as their professional. His name is Glenn Jacobs or something like that, and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna I'm gonna run for governor for wasn't it governor? I forgot what city it was. It in the states, and he got elected because I feel like his name's there already.
Wow, ridiculous.
I feel like they rather
Exodus
have
D,
famous people. Look, they have Trump as president. Like,
yeah, exactly.
He's famous.
He's a famous person. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
What's his name got elected? Arnold Schwarzenegger got elected in Los Angeles or California, wherever. And then now a professional wrestler that has millions upon millions of people watch him. He's now in office. Like,
I mean, it is a bit weird. I mean, the thing is, Exodus D, what do you think about this whole scandal with Donald Trump? Do you think he's gonna start World War III with bloody North Korea and Iran?
It wouldn't surprise me with all the fucking shit he says on Twitter and all that. Like, he says way too much.
He does say a lot, doesn't he?
He
But then I
should-
think sometimes, does he have control of his Twitter account, or is there like numerous people who are tweeting on behalf of him just to stir up the fucking just to get the wooden spoon and just stir that pot, get all the shit from the bottom to surface to the top, because the thing is, we Donald Trump, I find him to be a bit of a puppet. He doesn't seem to be like presidents that I've seen in the past. They all come from a political background. Their whole campaign is based around politics. They grew up in politics. They served in different parts of politics. They never were like a business owner who owned the Trump Towers, for example, or had a show.
I'm gonna have to go.
Except for what was the president who had who was an actor before? What was his name?
Which one?
Richard Nixon?
Richard Nixon, yeah. No, it wasn't Nixon. It was the guy before that. It was
Hey,
actually
T4. I'm gonna have to go.
Okay, Mr. Fuzzy. Thank you for joining us, dude. We'll see you next week.
All right, man.
Before that.
All right, dude.
The guy that was before him was JFK.
JFK, that's it. He was a movie star, and then he became a friggin' president. So it has happened before, where people who are famous become leaders of the country. But JFK actually did a pretty good job. Trump is just, I don't know what it is. I mean, Exodus, I don't know what it is. Why is he trying to start wars with everyone? Why is he trying to kick sand in everyone's face? What is his problem?
I mean, I feel like his whole problem started when he said when he became president, he was gonna build a wall with Mexico, and then it just went downhill from there. He just wants to start wars with everybody.
I mean, he's trying to make. I mean, the thing is, the whole point of having someone in power in your country is to help to maintain and stabilize and make you feel safe. But I don't know how you guys can feel safe in America. I mean, literally, he starts fights with everyone. Every time he opens his mouth, he's kicking off with someone else. And it's like he wants the whole world to be like against America or something. I don't know what it is.
I mean, yeah, that's what it seems like. I
mean, Mexico's a neighboring country. I mean, literally, there's a border that separates Mexico from the United States. If all the Mexicans decided they're going to pick up a gun and head over to the fucking border and start rampaging over there, that would be fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
And then who would they blame for that? They blame the Mexican people for that, or would they blame the fucking Donald Trump idiot who keeps kicking it off with everybody?
I mean, the Trump supporters would probably blame the people that did it, but everyone else would blame Trump.
But it's like, it's like you imagine in a playground, right? You go up to somebody and you say, "Oh, I'm gonna slap you in the face," but you're not really gonna slap them in the face. You just say, "I'm gonna slap you in the face" to aggravate them, or you walk up to someone, you just bump them in the shoulder, like just to aggravate them. You didn't hit anybody. You just like aggravating people, And then when people retaliate, it's like everyone's like, "Oh, it's their fault. They retaliated." They can't take it. They can't take the dissing. It's like that kind of game that's going on. Is that? Am I getting it wrong, thinking it that way?
No, because that pretty much sounds like exactly what's happening. To be honest,
I mean, it's just ridiculous how he's doing it. It just seems like he's trying to make everything in America, like, I don't know, like, you guys, obviously you live there. I mean, do you guys? I mean, I'll ask you, Exodus. I mean, do you feel safe in the United States?
I mean, for right now, since nothing's really happened, I guess to an extent I am, but like there is like certain times where like I'll like hear something that doesn't seem normal, and like I'll be like, "Oh fuck, it's happening," and I'll get to like a shelter quickly, but then I realize it's
doesn't
just
that-
like something going on.
I mean, doesn't that just put you on edge all the time? Like, this constant up and down, up and down. Why can't it just be plateaued?
I mean, yeah, I do feel like I'm more on edge because of this, but what are you gonna do? He's our fucking president. The only thing you can really do is impeach him.
I mean, what about you, Fuzzy? Do you feel safe in America at the moment?
Well, this is I always tell this to myself every time I wake up in the morning. If I die, I die. It's just everybody else. Everybody needs to say, if you die, you die. Yeah, hell yeah, I'm scared to be in America.
I don't want to die with fucked up knees.
I would be scared in every other country too. It's because
you're American.
Not just that. If I grew up in different countries, I'd probably be scared too. You know,
If I die, I don't want to die with fucked up knees. Fuck you on
I mean,
about.
the thing is, try and extend on that. I mean, the thing you're saying, if you were in another country, you'd be scared too. What, you'd be scared of America, or
I'd be scared of America because then if I was in their place, their military's on alert because they're scared. So if
because they don't know what America's gonna do. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, because I always hear people say America's got better weapons than any other country.
Yeah.
If they had better weapons, they would probably try a little bit harder to find a tool to destroy the nuclear bombs, a remote or whatever. They could, like they don't do that though.
I mean, the thing is, think of it this way. I mean, the way I look at it is that you imagine a bully, right? A bully has everything, all the power in the world, and everybody else is scared of that bully, right? And if somebody else tries to be like, oh, actually, I've got something which can hurt the bully a little bit, it can damage him a little bit. Isn't that like trying to create an even platform? Wouldn't people be seeing the person who's trying to defeat the bully as like, because the way I look at it is like America is not really much of a peacemaker. They're more of a tyrant. They try to dominate every country. They want every country to be like what they say they should be.
They're like the cops. The cops are shoot now, ask questions later. That's America.
Exactly, but the thing, I don't get that mentality. I don't understand how people in the country can feel safe if that's the mentality,
Right.
That's the question I've got. That's the thing that's really mind-boggling. But anyway, we got a couple of comments dropped in the chat from Mr. Brian Lloyd over at YouTube.com. He says, "I believe all of the leaders in the world right now. I feel Trump and Putin will be likely to start war. Trump is the guy who was arguing with North Korea about who has the biggest nuclear button." He also put sexist, racist, and misogynistic too. That might affect his decisions and opinions. Very interesting comments. Don't forget, guys, if you want to drop any comments on this topic or any other topic that we had in today's podcast, be sure to drop them in the comments down below. I'd love to read them whether you're watching live or whether you're watching on playback. Let us know what you guys think about any of the topics that we've done today. But that's where the show has to end, unfortunately. Did you guys want to add anything before we move on, Exodus?
Yes.
I would like Fonzie go first.
Okay, Fuzzy, what do you like to say before we get off?
Okay, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to T4. You already know. Help the man out. Donate 50 cents, 1 cent, $1,000, $1 million. Go ahead, support this man right here.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Fuzzy. And Exodus, what do you want to add?
I want to add a fun fact.
Go on, add the fun fact, dude.
Fun fact: T4 is a father figure to me for now.
Hey, nicely done. I'm now a father to a 4th child. Well, actually, I'm a father to like 1,762 children. But hey, anyway, I want to say a massive thank you to everybody. Big shout out to the guests as always. Big shout out to Mr. Exodus D for joining us over at Discord.com. Thank you, Exodus.
Anytime.
And a massive shout out goes out to obviously the most awesome fan I have to date is Mr. Fuzzy MBC. Thank you, Mr. Fuzzy.
Yeah, like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe to T4.
We'll be back again next week, guys, with more live podcasts for you guys. So hopefully you guys will join us next week. It should be fun. It should be exciting as always. If you guys have got any topics you want us to talk about in the podcast, please be sure to drop them in the comments down below. Follow us over at discord.com where you guys can leave whatever topics you want us to discuss about in the next podcast. We have got a lineup for next week. We got Chris Pratt. We got Palestine, we've got Ali A, and we've also got Thomas Markell. If you guys want to check out those scandals, be sure to check out the links in the Discord so you guys can see what's coming up on next week's show. But I just want to say a massive thank you to the sponsors as always. Big shout out goes out to Cinch Gaming, City Keys, and not forgetting the infamous Razor.com. Also, we've got the T4 Army merch. Be sure to go check out the store if you haven't done so before. And also, not forgetting G2A.com over at Twitch.tv, G4G, and Streamlabs, keeping those stream donations coming in lit, live, and streamlined, just like Brian Lloyd did today. Thank you very much. I'm sure it was painless, wasn't it, Brian? Except the fact that you saw £5 leaving your bank account. But thank you very much for the donation. It will help the stream. It will help keep things running smoothly. So thank you. And that's it. I will see you guys on next week's podcast. But until then, guys, as always, stay safe, stay awesome, and peace.